Welcome back to Eternal Darkness. I'm Brickroad, and today I bring to you guys a love story. Because I'm a lover, not a fighter. So here's a love story about a fighter. Like, really a fighter. Like, this is the chapter of the game where they take the kids' gloves off. And they're like, alright, show us you can really fight monsters in this game. We're going to read The Gift of Forever.
Dreams. Modern psychology offers only unproven theories.
I forgot
Some
to
see them
science
as the
this,
meaningless
but
tossing
I
and turning
think
of a
in
brain
Anthony's
settling
chapter,
into a
if you
restful
let
sleep.
him get killed because he's been
Others see
bewitched
them
with
as
crazy
laden with
zombie
symbols
magic,
of our unconscious
I think
desires.
if you let him get killed,
To
he
still
just hits the
others,
floor and then
dreams
stands
represent
back up
the
with a
upwelling
sliver
the
of health,
archetypes,
like brought back
normally
to
hidden
life
deep within the
by
recesses of the human
the
collective
binding
unconscious.
magic that's keeping him in
Of
this
one
world.
thing I am certain.
That might not be true, but I
After a
think
brush
it's
with the
true.
ancients,
Because Elliot gets a
our
healing
dreams
item, just an item
metamorphosize into
enchanted to
nightmares.
heal her for when she gets into trouble. And Anthony has no way to heal himself. Because we chose the Zelototh path, in this chapter, you find Pius's rune, who for us is going to be the Zelototh rune, the green
bored you
rune.
for years.
We're also going to
Ignore
find
all my
the proper
advances.
runes that we need to create the
Dominate
recover
my
spell.
dreams, and I can think of
But the
nothing
recover
else.
spell doesn't restore health.
fear I
What it
desire
does,
you
it
many
restores
hundred
whatever
times
meter
more
is associated
than
with
you
the
love me.
alignment rune you build it
My life
with.
has become a waking
If you cast a
dream.
green recover spell, it restores sanity. That's no fun, so
For
we're not going to
weeks,
do that.
I have dreamed
If you
of an
cast the
ancient
blue
treasure,
recover
so
spell, which we can
precious
do
that it
because we got the
changes
blue
all life
rune in the
around
last
it.
chapter,
It must be
it
mine,
literally just
Kareem.
uses mana to cast
If
the
you
spell
truly
and then
desire
refills the
as you
mana
say.
back, so it does nothing.
Then you will find
The
this
red
blue.
rune is what you
Bring
need
this
to
treasure to
restore
me,
health. And
and
if you go back to
I will
Elia's
be
video
yours.
and look at the little
Both of our dreams
necklace
will
that she
come true.
gets, you can see that
I
the
need nothing
runes
more
associated with
than
it are
you.
the 3-point
You haven't
circle of
told me to
power
the point
and the
I
red
can think of
alignment
nothing
rune, which we
else.
won't have until the
Promise.
next
If
chapter.
I leave,
The alignment runes are not given to you in order of
You
their
need
color,
not
they're
worry.
given to you in order
I
of their
desire
relation
nothing
to
more than the
Pius's
treasure
rune.
that
You get
seek.
the weak one in chapter
Leave
3,
now, Kareem.
you get Pius's rune in chapter
I
4,
shall
which we're going into now, and the strong rune in chapter 5. So not only am I going to have to fight those single hit kill Zelototh bone thieves in this chapter, usually bone thieves go down really, really easily. All you have to do is take their heads off and they die in one hit. But the green bone thief, the Zelototh bone thief, doesn't have a head. You can't kill it in one hit like that. It doesn't work. What you got, son? A man's corpse lies fallen. Wounds cover the exposed flesh of his body where his armor has failed. That's too bad. Let's head on down this ladder here. Oh, I'm getting all warbly. You know what that means. We're back in the Hall of Statues, and this time a new brother has joined the party. There's my man Anthony. Nice that they rendered him in his human composition and not his zombified form. That shows a level of respect and dignity befitting Anthony. Alright, Kareem has the Tome of Eternal Darkness. Which means Kareem can now cast spells, which is not going to be super useful in this chapter because, as stated, there's no way to get the red recover spell. If you pick either of the other two alignments, Kareem will absolutely have the red recover spell by this point. They're kind of hurting each other over there, which means some of them we're not going to finish properly. And this is probably going to be the first chapter where we're going to see some fun insanity effects. If you're not locked on and you just kind of hammer the attack button, you do this combo attack, which is pretty good for knocking monsters on the floor and getting them into that finish me state. The problem is this game is actually really good about not letting your weapon clip through walls. The position and you're facing relative to a nearby wall will determine whether your attack actually hits the correct monster or whether it hits a wall. Fortunately, in this combat-heavy chapter, Kareem is a pretty good fighter. Actually, all of the chapters from here on out are pretty combat-heavy. Combat's a major focus of the game, but we're going to start fighting new kinds of monsters. We're going to start... There's a couple of just combat sections in this chapter, like rooms you have to clear before it'll let you out. This is really where the game is like, alright, do you know how to fight monsters in this game or not? It's time for you to prove it. This guy's got a rune in his gullet. What rune do we have here? Some kind of magical rune. We are going to get a couple new runes in this chapter, starting with that one. Do I need to go all the way? No, just this far. Here's the ladder we need. He's also got chakrams, which is nice. Oh, and he's got... He does have a healing item. That's right. They do start him with a healing item. I'd completely forgotten. So even if he does it, because he doesn't get the healing spell in this playthrough, but he's only got 5 uses of this. Elia had 10 uses. What we need to do here is dissolve the barrier associated with this rune and head on down. So we do have a little bit of wiggle room with the healing, but not infinitely so. He can have a torch too, that's fine. Do we want to equip the torch? Because there are a lot of Zelototh zombies, and we can kill the Zelototh zombies. They're more like mummies, really. Here's the codex for the Zelototh rune, which we'll find here. Oh, you saw there, my torch hit the wall and not the zambo. But you can't finish them with a torch. You gotta go back to the Tulwar. A statuette, vaguely resembling a man, stands atop a low pedestal. You're gonna have 2 little chessmen, that's good. And I don't think they can get back up while they're burning. So once you set them on fire, as long as you get around to them, they will eventually fade away, robbing you of your chance to finish them off. But as long as you get back to them before that happens, that's the easy way to deal with Zelototh zombies. Alright, so we're going to stand on this pressure plate, put down a statue. Then we're going to stand on this pressure plate and put down a statue. And then we're going to equip our chakrams and stand on this pressure plate, thereby releasing 4 trappers. And this is why ranged weapons are very, very useful for us. Because you can always kill a trapper with a ranged weapon. So that's taken care of. Although we could also use the trappers in order to refill our health. The shrine and risen from the floor, exposing what appears to be a lifting mechanism. Should Kareem use the device to descend? No, he should not. But down he goes. For he is blinded by his love of this woman. You never want to just rush into a room without knowing what's going to be in there. I'm pretty sure this is a bone thief up here, though. Yeah, this guy up here is going to be a bone thief. You can't... There's no camera move in this game. It's all predetermined camera angles. A man lay dead, anointed in blood from the ravages of a Tulwar sword. The wounds, deep and numerous, seep fresh blood. Precise yet powerful, the result of a man's actions, not a monster's. Kareem should retrieve the Tulwar, and now can equip 2 Tulwars at one time, but this guy's going to stand up because he's a bone thief. His dead, terrible eyes, and just, it's incredibly creepy how they just follow you endlessly. And eventually the bone thief will pop out. Oh, it's a red bone thief, though. And yeah, we just behead them and they die immediately, which is very, very helpful. The green ones don't have heads to chop off, so we're probably going to get into trouble. In fact, we should put some stank on our sword here. as we move forward. A little bit of torch for you. A little bit of torch for you. Oh, you're also a bone thief. That's not good. Okay, good. We got him. If you don't kill the bone thieves fast enough, they'll jump onto you, and then if you don't wiggle the control stick fast enough, it's game over if the bone thief gets inside you. We have here another dead man. Who were these men whose corpses litter the dungeon? Unwary soldiers who stumbled inside, or grave robbers looking to plunder it? A crumpled scroll lie under the dead man's curled fingers. And there's the recover spell scroll. A metallic plaque replaces the lock. A colored sigil is engraved in the metal above a wide slot. The slot appears to be wide enough to insert a large blade. I don't have a large blade, so no good for me. Let's get the torch back out. Burn you. Probably lock on to make sure I actually connect would be the smart play here. You can see, man, my sanity's starting to really suffer with all these green zombies. The music in the area has already been replaced by just moaning and groaning. And here's a blue horror. Okay, so when he stomps, he's gonna fire his little spell, and we just get in there. And just hack him up. He's gonna get 2 shots on us every time he hits us, because he hits us with his fist, and then his kind of shockwave attack that comes off his body. And, because he's a blue horror, every time he hits us, it drains our magic a little bit. Here, let's finish him. We're going to start taking health damage for our lost sanity here pretty quick, too. There's a codex for a new rune. So, new spell. We have the Santac rune, which is self. And we don't know what this is here. Let's find out. The recover spell. But, unfortunately, it's not going to do anything. Oh. Blew up my torso. Well, that was fair. Let's try that again. Yeah, it just filled up my magic bar for the amount of magic that it used to cast the spell. So that's what the blue recover does. The green recover will restore sanity, but we don't have the green rune yet, so I am going to pop this thing. You can also see that various characters have different amounts of stats. Kareem has more health than other characters do, which is nice. Oh! I didn't see that trapper. This could be beneficial, though. We can get into this red teleporter. We can stand on the red pool here, get our health filled up all the way. We're gonna want to kill this guy, I think. Oh, he's singing. The blue zombies sing, that's right. And they don't leave bodies behind. Yeah, they explode in blue bodiness after their song is over. Are there any other trappers in the room? Doesn't look like it. You can kind of tell if there's other trappers in the room because you'll see Kareem like aim around the room like he's throwing his chakrams at something. Oh, here we go, little vignette back at the house with Alex.
I will always be at your side.
And creepy ghost grandpa.
And nothing seems right. those times I will help you. Fear not, for I will keep the darkness away.
She seems like very skeptical of that claim.
This isn't really happening.
Oh, it's really happening, Kareem, just not for another 1,000 years or whatever. Yeah, see, I'm starting to take health damage from sanity lost because my sanity is so low because there's so many green zombies here. Ah, here's another codex. This is going to be the... Yeah, there we go. Narrowcoth is absorb, and Santek is self. So the recover spell is absorb self. The only other... So now you can see where you can start combining spells. Like, oh, what does, like, project self do? Or what does absorb item do? And neither of those do anything. If you try to create those two spells, it doesn't do anything. Here's a aged ceiling that has collapsed, creating an impassable pile of rubble that blocks the doorway. That was the path, you may recall, that Pius took to the room with the 3 artifacts. But Kareem must go the other way. Into this Dutch angle room. The Dutch angle is one of the sanity effects. And you may also recall this room that Pius was in. That he placed the 4 sigils of the 4 ancient gods. A large Ramdao broadsword protrudes from a solid pedestal made of stone. It awaits its next owner. Should Kareem try to pull the sword from the stone? Yes, that sounds awesome. It also sounds like monsters have shown up. So, we're going to enchant the Ramdao. Get out of the way from these guys. Oops, take a lot of damage here. We'll finish up which ones we can. But I think no matter what you do, you're not going to be fast enough with Kareem to finish all of the monsters and get all of your sanity back. It is a losing battle, Kareem. Like right there, I think he just stabbed the floor and didn't get anything. Alright, I'm ready for the next wave of monsters. What do we got? Shoutouts to Eddie for sponsoring this video, and to everybody who helps make my channel possible by supporting me on Patreon.